Justice, justice, we know how. Arrest J.K. Rowling now. Justice, justice, we know how. Arrest J.K. Rowling now. Justice, justice, we know how. Arrest J.K. Rowling now. Awesome, you're so beautiful. So hello there, Inverness. I am the notorious Sophie Molly, and I'm here to help these wonderful protesters, as wonderful trans people put on a protest today by the lovely Tony. Can we all give a big cheer for Tony? She is wonderful, and she approached me and says, Sophie, I want to put on a protest. I'm appalled at what the government are doing, what they're doing to our rights. They're decimating the rights of us. They're tearing up the human rights, and they're saying that we do not exist, but we do exist. We 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 exist. So I have a few little words I'd like to say to you all today whilst we're getting set up over here. And these words are about the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court ruling is a terrible injustice. It is a terrible injustice not only to trans people, but it is a terrible injustice to all women. All women will suffer because of the short-sightedness of this ruling by the Supreme Court, which was put through the Supreme Court by For Women Scotland. It was an appeal by For Women Scotland. Now, For Women Scotland are stochastic terrorists. What are stochastic terrorists? Terrorists who do not fight with weapons, terrorists who fight by using the law to diminish people's rights and freedoms, and that is what they did. On Wednesday, they said, we hate trans people and we want them to lose their rights. Not because they want to protect women, just because they hate trans and gender diverse people. But what do we say to them? We will not go back. 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 I spent ages trying to get out of Narnia. Breaking out that closet was not easy. So I say to you all, you're all beautiful, you're all authentic, and you're all loved. We will resist. We will never submit to fascist hate. Fascist hate will never win. I will continue to fight back and use female spaces because I am a woman. Nobody is free until everybody is free. Your body, your choice. Remember that. Your body, your choice. That goes for everybody. Whether you be man, woman, or of another gender. You decide who you are. No government in the land can tell you who you are. And the fact that they're trying to do that is an abomination. It's absolutely horrible, and I'm so happy to see you all out here today. So, please join me in a chant. This is an old chant, and it's called Whose Streets, and then we shout Our Streets. Whose Streets!
Our Streets!
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 Wonderful. What do we want? Trans rights. What do we want?
Trans rights!
What do we want now?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want now?
Now!
Are we going to listen to the government?
No!
Are we going to do what they say?
No!
Are we going to use the toilets that match our gender?
Yes!
Yes, we will. We will not go back. We have fought too long and hard. We have pushed too hard. We have progressed too far, and we will not go back. We will not see the regression of human rights in the UK. We will fight back, so keep fighting. Keep going out there, holding your head held high, and go into those female spaces and say to yourself, I belong here. Or if you're a man, go into the man spaces. Or if your gender fits neither of those, go into the spaces you feel most comfortable being in. Do not let anyone else tell you where to go. They cannot do that. No matter how much they think they can't do that. It goes against European international law. It goes against the Human Rights Charter. To take away a person's human rights is a crime. It is a crime, and these people will be held accountable. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but we will hold them accountable for the injustice and the cruelty that they have performed here. We won't go back. We will never go back. There's one more chant I want to do with you today, and it's called, When the People Are United, We'll Never Be Defeated. The people united will 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 never be defeated. Thank you. You're all so beautiful. And we will win against these extremists. We will take back the power. They will not win. We are the real feminists. They are the misogynists. We are real feminists because we care about people's bodily autonomy. We care about their reproductive rights, and we do not reduce women to their body parts. We do not reduce women to their sex organs. Women are not baby makers. Back in the 70s, women's liberation organizations fought hard to get away from that definition of a woman. Now the Supreme Court has said that is the definition. Well, no, it's not. It is not. The definition of a woman is whoever you are. If you're a woman, you are a woman. If you're a man, you are a man. If you're neither, then that is equally valid. Because they cannot take away from us who we are. We know who we are. It's called bodily autonomy. And they won't take that away. They'll never take that away, because I will fight for it. We will fight for it until my very last breath on this earth. I give you my word here today. I will never stop fighting. I will never stop being a thorn in the side of those who choose to oppress us, of those who choose to take us back to the time of fascism, of Mussolini, of Franco, of Hitler. We won't go back to those times. They will try their best to drag us there, but we are united in solidarity, strength, and unity, and the fight for equality goes on. So thank you, and I'll leave you now with Tony and the rest. We'll do other beautiful speeches today, beautiful speeches of solidarity, love, and kindness. So please, go forth today with love in your hearts. And remember, you are valid, you are loved, and you matter.
Thank you so much, Sophie. I like that that's not the worst feedback ever.
My name is Jamie, and I'll be sharing a speech that I wrote for everybody. Trans, cis, literally everybody who walks by and is standing here in solidarity. Thank you everyone for joining us here in protest and solidarity, and for joining us in joy amidst hate. The thoughts that follow are my own. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of my fellow trans people gathered here, or my workplace, and they certainly don't reflect the opinions of my birth country, but we're here to discuss the ground on which I stand currently. We stand here today to state that we do not agree with the Supreme Court's ruling on the definition of a woman. Many of us will speak today, some of us being women. But I am not a woman. I am non-binary. This is the truth I hold core to my heart, no matter what any politician says. And for me, living this truth is relatively straightforward. I can fly under the radar of transphobia, and occasionally someone will call me they or ask my pronouns or whatever, and that makes me happy. Occasionally I suffer the pain of misgendering, and I cringe when a Supreme Court wastes its time to make a hate group happy. That is not every trans person's story. Many of my trans sisters and brothers and non-binary friends are more visibly queer, or are in constant battles for gender-affirming care, or are living with unsupported families. So many of us struggle endlessly because we are brave enough to live our truth, and some of us are caged birds beating against the bars, living the pain of being closeted. Some of us have experienced vicious, violent hatred, and some of us are no longer here as a result. So many of us are out here fighting for our lives and livelihoods. Why is it even worth the Supreme Court's time to fight against our basic dignity of self-identification? Do they not have more important tasks ahead of them than kicking us while we are down? There are, of course, reasons that the Supreme Court ruled on the definition of womanhood. Misinformation and disinformation campaigns led by billionaires who just want to feel something. Misdirection from politicians who want to convince you that the true enemy isn't just them. Misguided individuals who think they are under attack. Misguided individuals who think they're women and children. I have a child. She'll be a year old soon, and the thought of her facing any sort of violence in her life makes me sick to my stomach. But I'm not afraid that a predator is going to put on a disguise so they can sneak into a public bathroom after her. This isn't a cartoon, and predators do as they will regardless of what the law sanctions. Even what the law sanctions is them. But I do fear other things. I fear that she will be bullied for having an outspoken non-binary parent. I fear that if she turns out to be queer herself, she will be the victim of hate towards herself. I really fear that he could turn out to be queer and wouldn't feel safe enough to come out or even to tell me. That is the fear that all parents should live by. That is the fear that should guide parents to do better. I've been on the other side of that fear. I've been afraid to come out to my parents. You live in pain. Each interaction where you know they don't know the true you fills you with a visceral, longing pain. If your parents are older, like mine, you wonder if they will ever get to meet the true you. What's scarier than pain is parental rejection, and so you bite your tongue and you bide your time. I finally came out to my mom this year. Thank you. For all my years of longing and angst and wondering and fear, all she had to say was that being a good person is all that matters. Then the topic changed. We are not, yeah, it was great. We are not after your children. We are your children. We are your daughters and your sons and your children. And we want you to love us as we see ourselves. We want your acceptance. We want a world where we and your grandchildren and their children live in joy. We want the freedom of self-identification, of validation, of love. These opinions, as stated, everyone. There are some things I think we can all deep down agree upon. We, trans people and non-binary people and our allies and we who don't know where we fall, we Inverness, we Scotland, we as humans, I firmly believe, can all agree that all human beings have a right to dignity, right to knowing who we are and the right to live our truths. And to my trans siblings, I want you to remember this. That dignity, that truth is inalienable from you. No hate can erase your love. No law can make you wrong about who you are. And no Supreme Court ruling made without even letting us in the room can make you less of a woman, less of a man, less of a human. Remember that. Thank you. I had a list in my head, but I don't know how to go, but I know you're next. According to me,
Alright, well, someone needs to hold the shield.
I'll hold the shield.
Whoever cast it. I'll take that. I am loud enough to get out.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is a. Speak up, but it's called echo. Yeah, the echo is not fun. So,
Give me a second. I wrote the
it's almost like long as it projects, I guess.
Okay, so, hello everyone, I'm Star. First of all, please excuse my cough, it's been there for months. Anyway, you probably either know me from Kiki's or you've seen me run around dressed like a lunatic. But most importantly, right now, I am a trans woman. And the Supreme Court and the EHRC are denying me my identity. Why? Because a bunch of transphobes with a black old lady donation got lucky. While the court made their ruling, did they offer any trans groups a voice? No. They called their ruling fair. It's far from it. In fact, their ruling is going to create way more problems than solving any that weren't actually there. Of course, as I mentioned, it's not just the Supreme Court that led to this. People like J.K. Rowling, Graham Linehan, or James Dreyfus, the constant spouting of their evil rhetoric, spreading deception and lies, has all led to this. It reminds me, and yes, I am about to mention Doctor Who, of course I am, but it's a good comparison, I promise. They are like the Daleks, beings that are hell-bent on eradicating all they see which are considered impure and not like them. They want us exterminated, removed from society. But, like in Doctor Who, the Daleks are always defeated. The Doctor, the companions, the good in the universe always wins. No matter how many times the Daleks rear their tin can heads, or in this case black gold heads, good always prevails. Sometimes it comes at a cost, and the journey overall can be rough. We all know that right now. But the hero always wins. And that will be the case with us too. We will fight for our rights. We will never stop fighting for that, and we will rise up against the transphobic Daleks of this world. To quote Rose Tyler from, funnily enough, a Dalek episode, you don't just give up. You don't just let things happen. You make a stand. You say no. You have the guts to do what's right when everyone else just runs away. We have the guts. We are standing for what's right. We won't let things happen, and we are saying no. Trans women are women, trans men are men. No matter how much rhetoric you see on the internet or in the newspapers or wherever, you have us. Trans rights are human rights, always will be. I'm going to finish off with a quote from Lord of the Rings, like I did after the Aberdeen one. I am no man. It is now.
Wonderful. I'll take her lead on this funny on my list that I shared for nobody. With no preparation. I mean, yeah, no.
Hello. 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 I'm Tony.
Hi, Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
I've got some note cards here like to remind me what to say.
Fair enough.
When the Supreme Court decision happened, at first I felt disappointment, but I'm not surprised, because things have been heading this way for a while. I felt despair. I felt like there was nothing I could do. But that gave way to anger, righteous anger, because I knew this was wrong. Then I went to the Aberdeen protest last week, and I felt inspired. I felt a fire in me, and that fire was to bring trans joy to everybody that's feeling this despair, because this despair stops us fighting, and our joy keeps us fighting, because it's our joy we are fighting for. Trans joy is resistance. You know, and I trusted our local queer community because I'm part of it, and I know lots of you here. I've been part of Kiki's, and I've been part of other groups. I've been to Trans Day of Remembrance many times, and I've seen lots of faces, and I knew that there was going to be a lot of support here. And so I decided I wanted to do something here, because I thought, why is there all these protests everywhere but Inverness? And so I called on Sophie to help.
You're doing amazing.
Because I knew I couldn't do it on my own.
Doing great,
but I called on my local queer community too, because I knew they would help too. And I knew that there would be lots of allies who would also come and support us. And I'm proud of you all for coming here today. And what a crowd! What a crowd we've got here! You know, and we're not just protesting the Supreme Court. It's Labour, the Labour leadership. It's the recent statement from the ECHR that tries to say that gay men can't congregate with trans men in a male-exclusive space if there's more than 25 of them, and lesbians can't congregate in groups of more than 25 if trans lesbians are present. No, we're not going to stand for that. That's an attack on our freedom of association.
Absolutely.
Sounds like it.
How dare they? How dare they attack? It's not just an attack on trans people, this is an attack on the entire queer community. You know, the Supreme Court doesn't get to define who queer people are. The ECHR doesn't get to define us either. We define ourselves. We define ourselves, and I want to say, I want to do a call and response chant here, and it's simple. It's trans joy is resistance. Trans joy
Is resistance!
Trans joy
Is resistance!
Trans joy
Is resistance!
We will overcome.
We will overcome!
We will overcome!
We will
overcome! We will overcome! We will overcome! We will overcome! We will overcome! We will overcome!
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Robin Rodner, and I'm going to be giving a statement from my very life to assist cisgender lesbian who is also a trans ally. So these are her words. We are also incredibly proud of you, and you have really taken all the hatred and fear this ruling has caused and turned from righteous anger to joy, showing people that no matter how much they want to hate, oppress and marginalise trans people, you will still continue to be you and spread love, solidarity and joy. This is not only incredibly admirable, but I am awed of just how much you refuse to be torn down by the hatred and bigotry. Trans joy is resistance, and it's amazing seeing the love being shared among us all. Trans rights are human rights. I will defend you and any trans person or anyone who tries to tear down your trans joy. Trans rights are human rights. And I don't give a flying blue freak what the Supreme Court has to say. Trans rights are human rights. Trans women are women. And trans men are men. And non-binary people are valid. End of story. No debate. No political argument. No nothing other than that. If you or anyone else is ever told they can't use women's or men's toilets, then I'm going to basically give them swirlies. You know how quickly they shut their friggin' mouths then. To all the trans women, you are more of a woman than any TERF will ever be. Being a woman isn't about anything else other than being proud of being a woman, loving other women, wanting the best for other women, and most importantly, raising women up instead of tearing them down. Down with the TERFs, down with the Supreme Court, Down with the Nazi wizard book lady, or it who must not be named. Down with anyone who doesn't see every trans person the way they need to be seen. To our lovely Tony specifically, you are loved, you are valued, you are one badass saucy minx. Unequivocal support, love and understanding. To all of us, you will not be silenced, none of us will. We exist, we aren't a political issue. We are human beings who want nothing more than to be treated with dignity, respect and kindness. Oh, and lastly, lesbians are lesbians. No Supreme Court gets to define what makes us lesbians, we just are.
Wow, that was amazing. Can I hear another big cheer? You might know this one. It goes, everybody is a lesbian at heart, lesbian at heart, lesbian at heart. Everybody is a lesbian at heart, except for J.K. Rowling. She does not have the spirit of what it takes to be a lesbian. She's not got the heart, she's not strong enough.
The Highlands, an Asian character show Chants.
Absolutely. She's a nightmare, isn't she?
Why is Dumbledore gay, but it's never mentioned in a story about his life?
I don't know. Oh wait, that was the punchline. Anyway, J.K. Rowling is a punchline. J.K. Rowling, me and her go way back. We have many a conversation together online. It kind of goes like this. J.K. Rowling, you're a torn-faced cow. How dare you call me that, Sophie? I'm going to get you chucked out the greens. Just you try it. She gets me chucked out the greens. Then I go, well, wasn't that nice of you, you big bully? And then she goes, I don't care. You're still a man. And then I go, no, I'm not a man. I am a woman, and I'm more of a woman than you'll ever be. And you're a more human being than she will ever be. She has lost herself to hatred and bigotry. She's went down the rabbit hole of destruction. She has nothing but cruelty in her heart now. She has a stone cold heart. Once she was a human being, now she is a monster. She's a monster because she's lost her humanity. But we have our humanity here today in strength and numbers. And Tony is doing absolutely amazing. I was so proud of her when she said, I want to put on a rally. I was inspired by seeing you in Dundee and in Aberdeen. Well, we all inspire each other. You know who inspires me? You. Everyone here. Everyone here who says no to injustice. Everyone here who stands up for who they are and says, no, I will not do what you tell me because what you're trying to get me to do is wrong. Is wrong. I don't want a world of homophobia. I don't want a world of acephobia. I don't want a world of people intersex are not recognized, or non-binary gender is not recognized. I don't want to live in that world of binary, of black and grey. I want a world of color, of beauty. That is the world that we really live in. We live in a world where everyone is valued in our hearts. That is the power, and that is the message and ethos of the queer community. And they don't want that. They want to take us backwards to the times when the patriarchy ran supreme, where women were nothing more than maidens to look after the man. Maidens who would do the housework and cook the dinner. That is what they want. They don't want to see progress for women's rights. They don't want to see progress for anybody's rights. They want to remove rights because removing rights means they have control and power. And what does power give them? It gives them wealth. And wealth gives them dominance. Dominance over me and you. But we will never let them dominate, because we will resist, we will persist. We will not ever let them grind you down. And if anyone goes to you and gives you a hassle, just remind them and say, no, I am authentic, you are a lie. Because they are a lie, and they're not got the strength that you have. We are stronger than them. They are weak, we are strong. They are weak and we are strong, because we are united together. We have struggled. We have fought so hard to get to where we are. It's so amazing. Every single one of you has came out at some point, and that's one of the hardest things anyone can ever do. And none of those bigots have ever had that courage. None of them. Not a single one. They would rather be jealous and take it out on everyone else just because they're not brave enough. Because they're not brave enough to be them. Well, I say that's really sad. Really, really sad. And I wish I could help you to come out and realize the beauty of being your authentic self. But I will not stand here and let you hate on me and hate on the people I love. So here we go, in one more chant. And this one goes, when trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When trans rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. You're beautiful.
It's easier.
Hello. I'm sad that I have to be here to do this, but I'm glad to see all you smiling faces and happy people.
Sorry, I'm not a protest right now.
No, it's fine, carry on.
I'm for it.
No, it's fine.
I'm for it. So, my friend, what do you want to say?
He really is at a protest.
Yeah. If you want to pull up, that's fine. Right to say, you know?
Right. But I'm glad to see all you smiling faces and happy people. Because no matter how bad things get out there, we're always going to be spreading our joy to the world. And actual, genuine joy. Not performative trappings of it by... Not performative trappings of it that the turfs put on for Twitter before going back home to stew in their mouldy mansions. Now, at the last one of these I spoke at, there was a turf recording things. They were making fun of me for not looking particularly pretty, but that's my right as a woman, right? We don't have to be pretty or perfect all the time. Trans women are women, trans men are men, regardless of what we wear or don't wear. Even if I do got to say, lads, eyeliner. Cheat code, makes everyone 20% hotter. But a huge part of what they're fighting for is to take these rights away from everyone, force everyone back into tiny little gender-conforming boxes. And once again, we're at the front of the fight. Not by choice, but because we're forced to be. Just like always, we're the blue, pink and white line protecting everyone and their rights. So I want to speak to that turf. I want to speak to their buddies. And I want to say this. One day, once all this is over, your grandkids are going to read about this time at school. They're going to see all the abuses trans people were forced to endure. They're going to see how a small bunch of rich, privileged bullies decided to use their time and money not to make the world better, not to feed the hungry, not to feed the poor. No. They're going to read about how these people abuse their power to attack folk just for being born with the wrong genitals, the wrong hormone profile, or wanting to use a toilet. And they're going to ask you, what did you do during the gender wars? And I want you to be honest. I want you to tell them the truth and say that you were there. You were on the front lines and you fought to make things harder for good people for no good reason. You fought to limit men and women to tiny acceptable ways of doing their gender and punishing anything outside that. And to these TERFs, I want you to see the shame in their eyes as they realise what a vile person you are. Not like us, we're lovely.
Let me see if Faye would like to come. Faye! Where is Faye? Would you like to do your reading? I just need them to
Ah, no, it's fine. I'm assuming good, but I'm
loudly and close to your face.
like, all these people are people. Oh, no problem.
I wrote a poem about this issue. We people of gender, not sex binary. We are the children, the fruit of the tree. We deserve protection and safety and aid, not dressing down by the people they paid. They question our gender, our nature, our life. They cause us all pain with manufactured strife. Sex is a binary, rings out their cry. One intersex people were born to defy. Biological women are many and varied. Some are quite nice, but some are just scary. But all that depends on what biology you're reading from books in the library. Sex is so varied they really can't tell, male or female, when Adam's apple fell. They challenge the different, the short hair, small chest. Exclude cancer patients is what they do best. Trans women are women, trans men are but men. Non-binary folk, they are neither of them. But all deserve spaces, full of respect, not the discrimination we've come to expect. We don't want harassment, don't want to harass. We just want a place to sit down on our ass. We just want to pee and then wash clean our hands. Can we not just be safe? Can you not understand? Sex is a spectrum and gender is too. No colours in your world of dull pink and blue. Yet blue was once known as the fair virgin's pride, and pink made the girls wink, men's heels were so high. Gender is performative. Why do we wear clothes that show off what we hide under there? We want everyone to feel safe on the throne, not become targets we feel so alone. So show the respect that you want us to give. Give us a chance, give us spaces to live. Trans women aren't men, never shall be again. Our gender is our own, protect us too then. Safe spaces work when they keep all folks safe. Our rights should not fight, should not war, should not chafe. We want cis women safe, we want peace in our time. And peace for ourselves, wouldn't that be sublime? Thank you.
I'm gonna make this very
Short cable. Hi. I had a whole poem prepared and a whole thing, but everyone else has just done such an amazing job. I'm going to keep this brief. The turnout today is absolutely amazing. To see everybody here shouting and screaming and all of this stuff, it's amazing. It's not something that I expected to see in Inverness. You know, having grown up here, I remember the first Pride years ago. We had protesters lining these exact streets right here. You know, drag queens fighting and this whole thing. I think we've grown so much, and I think it's so beautiful, and I feel so much
love pouring out of everybody here today. And I just think it's amazing. And I want to say, trans rights are human rights, trans women are women, trans men are men, and we are not going anywhere.
As much as I am trans, my memory is transient. Is there anyone else who wanted to speak? Oh yeah, you're on the list. Yes. I was like, I know there's someone else.
And then one over there.
One over there, okay. Then we're doing, we'll open it up to the floor. I'll let people pass the mic back and forth. Beautiful.
Hello everyone. My name is Puna Stacey. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for being here in solidarity, protesting against transphobia and the stripping of our human rights. The TERFs are heavily funded by right-wing American organizations, far-right fascist organizations. They are extremely sexist, extremely misogynistic and transphobic, anti-feminist and racist. And they moved on to racism immediately after doing the gender critical stuff. They moved immediately on to racism. This has always been about oppression and taking away marginalized people's human rights, and never has been about women's safety.
Thank you.
If this was about women's safety, they would go after the actual perpetrators, which is cis men. And if you do not know already, the justice rate in the UK is 2% or less. So if they want to go after the actual perpetrators, they could do that. It's just disgusting. We exist and we will always exist. And we have always existed. Everyone here is so brave. Please do not let these bigots put you down. You matter. Trans rights are human rights. I have some handwritten key rings and stuff for charities for Mermaids, which is a trans children's charity. And thanks everyone for being here. Keep fighting.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
The seagulls, they did it. I saw your hand first. Would you like to come speak?
I'd like to confess by apologising that I am a cisgender male. I'm all for it. I was thinking of transitioning like 6 months ago, but I'm not sure. But if there's something I can say, humans are humans. If you take away humanity from humans, then what are humans? I see y'all, no matter what you identify as. That person over there with a cool dress, I'll just rate that dress. The non-binary person over there, I'll rate the set. No matter who you are, you have a right as a person to get what you need to have. No matter who you are. I've seen all of these. I would have a script ready, but I ain't got much to say. But if there's something I should say, I feel like people are trying to give a repeat of what we had in the 1920s. In the 1920s, there was so much freedom. The flappers, the burlesque, all that, right? What comes on decades later? Fascism, Hitler, Mussolini, goddamn, all them. If they want a repeat, they will not take it from us because we will not have a repeat of the early to mid 20th century. Right? What kind of people do we have to thank for this? Well, I mean, we've got like Ethel Kane, we've got that electronica girl, what was her name? Sophie. She died when she was like young, she was like 35 or something. That's sad. Cave Town, George Michael, Prince. I never knew the deal with Prince, but Prince to Prince. You know, he wasn't a woman, he wasn't a man, he was something you never understand. That's what he said in one of his songs. Alright? I don't care who you are, brother, sister, whatever you identify as. You are a human, you are valid. You take our humanity, then who are we? We are humans in every way, shape, or form. We all got a conscious mind up in our craniums, you know? All of us, every single one of you, I admire with my heart and my soul. And I know, I'm a confess, I'm a Catholic. But you know what the Bible says? Love thy neighbor no matter what!
Would anyone else like to brave the microphone? Saw you first. I have the worst vision, but I can see you first.
I've never spoken one of these before. Wasn't intending to there, but I admit I'm not trans. I don't get the whole gender feeling thing, but I can recognize bullying when it happens. I'm bigots. I'm not for calling turfs. They're not feminists. There's nothing radical about hating on a minority group. They are bullies, and that is not okay. So, I'm standing up, guys.
Oh man, that's because they said people are people. I'm sitting top, I recognize
terrified to come out.
Oh man, I just want to thank all of you. Amazing. I've got this from a bedroom.
I really keep to yourself with crowd, so you know it's bad when I've actually got something to say. If you don't know me, my name's Andy. I am an author based here. I am also trans. I'm a trans man. I grew up in the Highlands of Scotland as a trans teenager, and I wanted to read you something today that I wrote that's in my book. That kind of encompasses how I feel about this. It's about growing up trans in the Highlands. It's just one paragraph that says, I don't think I can even begin to explain the pain and frustration that comes with being a trans teenager. The road to becoming yourself can often be paved with sharp and jagged stones. And while the journey can be beautiful, that initial stretch is always the hardest. First there's coming out to ourselves, which is a battle that can last years. I was confused for so long before I found work how I felt. Transgender. It felt as warm and welcoming as it did terrifying. It took even longer to figure out how to say it out loud. When I finally did, I didn't want to give anyone more time. I just wanted to be seen. And I think that encompasses my feeling to do with the Supreme Court's judgment here, because no trans person is looking to make anyone else's lives harder. We're just looking to make our own easier. And we're just looking to be seen. Thank you.
We need more trans women in the music industry.
Can you hear me at the back? Yes, all the lungs is back. Hello. My name is Ros White. I am a noted international author of trans fiction. By now, on Amazon, please, and I promise to donate all proceeds to the Good Law Project. Hooray! For a fight against this idiotic ruling, which is not a judgment. As Andy just said, it is a ruling. It has no, and I repeat, no force in law. Nobody is making you do anything other than what you have already been doing in such rocking fabulous style. You may still go to the bathroom that matches your gender while you're feeling at that particular moment. You may still associate with other people. You may still go and hit Daleks if you so wish, if you can find it. Although, since I'm beginning building one, don't dare.
I'll be back.
It is important, I think, to reduce this to its proper level. It is a ruling. It is a suggestion. It merely defines what the word woman means. It does not even define it in law, it merely defines it for their purposes. Yes, they are the Supreme Court, they do not have the power to make legislation. That is the job of Parliament. And whilst it is also true that we have Flip-Flop Starmer and his cronies in power at the moment, who will flip quicker than a fried egg, I never thought I would see the day when I look forward to a Labour government being voted out. If they've done nothing else, they've achieved that. The way to resist this is to put it in its proper context. It has no force. Whatever you've been doing, however you've been doing it, providing you're not contravening public decency acts or inciting riots or anything else, we have other gatherings and assemblies for that. You'll be happy to hear I am losing my voice. Go on then. Go on then. Just for once, just for you, because I love you so much. I always like coming to things in Inverness because there are so many trans people here who I don't know. And that suggests that there are a lot of us out there, enough to make a meaningful difference should we so wish. And the way to make that difference, my lovelies, is to just keep on keeping on. Yes, by all means, screw the patriarchy, but do it discreetly and in dark, quiet alleys. Screw the matriarchy too, we'll come to that, because some of us don't conform to either. Keep it in context. It is not the end of the world. Fight quietly, fight by just doing what you have done so far. If anybody challenges you, Section 8 of the European Human Rights Act is the one that you quote. Anybody asks you for documentation or your gender recognition certificate or anything else, tell them where to go. Repeat this well-known phrase or saying beginning and ending in F. What else? That's the important thing. This is a ruling. It is not law. Anybody who tries to claim otherwise is talking through their backside. And however pretty their tushy might be, they are still talking through it, and that's not allowed. Go forth, my darlings, and spread the word. Thank you so much. Bye, more
Hello. Hear me. I'm Leah, and I'm from the GMB trade union, and I just wanted to express solidarity with everyone today. It's been a great turnout, and I think it's fantastic to see this many folk in Inverness coming out in support of trans rights, in support of solidarity with each other, and I think that's a great showing today. Yes. But I just wanted to kind of follow on from some of the points that Rod's made there about your rights, and as a trade unionist, even the Supreme Court said nothing has changed in terms of your legal rights for trans people. So I would recommend that people join a trade union because you have rights and your union can protect you from that. So if you're facing any discrimination or issues in your workplace, then I would suggest joining your trade union. If you look on the internet, at the SGUC or the TUC, it's got a list of all the unions for your relevant jobs. But just wanted to say, well done for coming out and showing support, and glad to be part of it. Thank you. Thank you.
Who wants to go next round? You have your choice of microphone. You can use both if you want to. I'll ramble for a bit. I don't know if y'all want that. Oh, God. I don't want to do that. Who wants to MC first? I can only think what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
So, thank you. Whoa, it's loud, isn't it? This is an upgrade. The terms hate me having these. Because a voice is power, isn't it? It's power. We've heard some powerful voices today. I think today has been a beautiful day that shows that we will not back down. We will not back down in the face of hatred. hatred and obscenities. These people are obscene. They live in their own worlds, their own private worlds detached from reality. They call us delusional, but it is they that are delusional. It is they that are delusional if they think that we won't fight back and resist. Yes, we will resist. So we will resist, and I want the entire Inverness and beyond to know that we will resist. So, join me in some more chanting. Her streets! Her streets! Our 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 streets! I say trans, you say rights. Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Louder! Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Trans rights! Here's a favourite of mine. It goes, hey ho, transphobia has got to go. 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 Tell me what solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. Tell me what solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. Tell me what solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Tell me what solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. Tell me what solidarity looks like. This is what solidarity looks like. Tell me what humanity looks like. This is what humanity looks like. Tell me what humanity looks like. This is what humanity looks like. Tell me what humanity looks like. This is what humanity looks like. Tell me what feminism looks like. This is what feminism looks like. Tell me what feminism looks like. This is what feminism looks like. Tell me what feminism looks like. This is what feminism looks like. This one's a little bit naughty. It goes, hell no, we won't go. 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 Woo! Thank you so much for getting a lot of solidarity and love from the streets. So today has been a beautiful day. Thank you all for the organisers over here. They are beautiful. They are absolutely stunning and some of the most best dressed people I have ever seen. And thank you all for coming. I know it's hard, times are dark, but we will get through this. We got through the pandemic. We got through many crises before as a community, and we'll get through this one. We'll get through this one with pride and solidarity. We will never be defeated. When the people are united, we'll never be defeated. The people united will 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 never be defeated. So, go forth today. Go forth today, hold your heads held high, and say to the world, I am me. I am me, authentically me, and proud. And if you don't like that, well, you know what to do with yourself, don't you? I think love is powerful. I really believe that. And I believe that the majority of people support trans, non-binary and intersex people. They're very loud bigots, but we can be louder. We can be much, much, much louder, can't we? We can be so loud, we can be deafeningly loud. So when I say, what do we want? Trans rights, let's hear you. What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
And when do we want them?
Now!
Do we want them tomorrow?
No!
Do we want them in an hour's time? When do we want them?
Now!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans rights!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Trans
And
rights!
when do we want them?
Now!
Absolutely beautiful. Oh, you TAFs out there in TAF land, I hope you're having a miserable day because we're having a fantastic day. So please take care of yourself, watch out for each other, look after each other, and just be amazing. Because you are amazing. You are amazing, and I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I will go and cry this afternoon. Tears of trans joy. Just one quick last thing. 7th of June, Saturday, right here, Pride. You know what? This year we have more to protest at than ever before. So let's see you there. Bring your friends, bring your mates. Pulling people off the street, we don't care. Make it a pride to remember. And there are other events on later in the Pride Month, but keep an eye on the Facebook pages, people. See you soon.